Good evening, everybody. If you can believe it, it's Saturday night once again. It's time for Romhack Races. I hope you're all doing fantastically. Welcome to the show. If you have never been here before and you have no idea what this is, you've never seen it, we are Romhack Races. As I just mentioned, we do special, fresh-made, never-before-seen Super Mario World Kaizo level races every single Saturday night. The racers, who you will see on your screen, Nathan, MG, Mangert, Beat, Mangort, B2DE, and Stu. We got 7 signed up. None of them have any idea what they're in for. They have never seen the level before. No one except the testers and the maker has seen the level, and you all get to watch it. It's a challenge of sight reading and skill, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This week, we have got a level, collaboration level tonight. We've got a collab from detdu and Kerr. The level is Shallow Waters. Shallow waters, plural, multiple waters, for this week 193, length of longest section of this level, rated by our testers 5 out of 10, complexity 6 out of 10, execution 7 out of 10. So this is a challenging level, and we've got, like I said, 7 racers who have signed up tonight. Real quick before we start, I want to give big shout outs to the testers and the makers this week. detdu and Kerr did a great job, and the testers really came through for us. We have a lot of people who pitched in to help test this one and just kind of get it ready for the race. We got Amper Sam, Darkenine, Osu Mario Cartman, RB Pimlico, SJ Charlie the Cat, and SQL Infection all pitching in to help us out with the race. We really appreciate that. The testers are the only ones who have seen it. If you want to learn a little bit more about Romhack Races and what we're doing here, you can go on over to romhackraces.com, our official website, and you could download this patch if you want, play it for yourself. You don't have to race if you just want to check it out and have some fun. We have all the levels that we've ever raced. They all live there, and you can also check the leaderboard while we're racing in chat with exclamation leaderboard. Big shout-outs, of course, to D to the 4th. D to the 4th on the website and the leaderboard. She is always kind, helping us out. And Dr. No, doing the restream and helping keep everybody organized and coordinated. You might notice, too, I got a lot of shout-outs and announcements for you. You might notice, too, check those new follower emotes. We have dropped a really cool Romhack Race trailer that Doc put together. We got the double jump dinos and the RNG Dolphins. What team, what side are you going to be on? Who are you going to support? My vote is for both. Put them both in chat for the upcoming Romhack race that's going to be taking place at SGDQ with just everybody. It's a big community event. It's going to be really, really fun. So, just make sure you're aware of that. Get some hype for that going forward. We got a little bit of time before we start, so get comfy. Get some popcorn or a drink or grab a snack, grab a blanket. Get to make sure your pets are comfy. Yo, don't forget about that shop, too. Don't forget about the shop. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, don't forget about that shop. Get the merch, get your shirts and stuff so you can wear them and be cool. We are just about ready to go. Well, let's do it. I'm Glitch Cat, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I am the disembodied voice of Glitch Cat. I will be bringing you the play-by-play tonight. And I haven't seen this level either. So let's see what we got. Shallow waters. May the water jank be ever in your favor. I feel like we're going to get a water level. Maybe water level? Water related? What do you think? Water adjacent? Also, thank you for the subs and such. Really appreciate that ahead of time. Let's go. Whoa. This is neat. All right. Excuse me. Nathan, MG, Mango, B2DE, Stu. B2, lower left-hand side, making big reads already. What do we got here? We got spin jumps on the green... I think those are called blurp fish. I think that's their official name. Spin jumps on them, regrab spin jumps, and upward scrolling level. So these brown platforms are going to kind of float in the water. I think there's some kind of buoyancy going on. There's a lot of trickery here, but it looks like these brown platforms are rising as well. So get onto the brown platforms and rise up. Looks like everybody's getting the hang of this. Mangor in the upper right, Stu, B2, and Nathan also in the upper left. We got 7, like we said. So we have scouts who are going to be checking streams, rotating people in, although it might not be as difficult tonight. Keep in mind, this is a tough level, and it might be a bit before we actually see some progress. So, consistency. I say it every week. You're probably sick of hearing me say this already, but this is for the benefit of the people who maybe are just getting here, haven't heard this before. Consistency and one-shots, always the dynamic going on in the race. If you got to be consistent enough to get to the part you're trying to learn, and maybe you might one-shot the part so you get more knowledge or a checkpoint or something else. So this, especially with a difficult level like this where the moment-to-moment execution is very challenging, it is about consistency. It is just getting, you know what to do. I mean, all the racers can look at these sections and they get it. They understand what's going on here. Or do they? What is this coin going on? Looks like Nathan gets it. Yo, Nathan MG understands the coin. Very good. B2, I haven't seen anybody else nail it yet. But yeah, how quickly can you get back to the section you're trying to learn? So yeah, here is something to learn. And this is a tech trick, but a little property that I feel like, yeah, most experienced Kaizo players should have probably encountered this property at least before. Do you know, chat? Do you know the property? If you can guess the property, what in the heck, Halcyon? Where'd you come from? Halcyon in the upper right-hand corner, just kind of smashing through right now. Halcyon clearly knows the property. So, yes, the 1-pixel edge. Brown platforms, gray platforms, and those white sort of underpants-looking platforms, as well as, I think, carrot platforms and some other stuff stick out of the wall by, like, 1 pixel. And if you're flush against the wall, and so is the platform, the game will just register Mario as standing on that 1 pixel. And as long as you don't move, you can just hang out there, get a jump. It's like a free wall jump setup, basically. You're not clipping in this case. There's just a little pixel ledge for you. And that is how that works. And most of the racers have identified this. If you ought to have seen this if you've played enough Kaizo, but take a look at Halcyon in the upper right. Now, they are getting past this, ditching the Yoshi, and yeah, moving easily through that spring forward toss section. Springs can be tricky. They can kill your momentum. They can be awkward to throw because if you pick one up or let go of one in the air, it can absorb Mario's momentum for magical, mysterious reasons that we don't understand. But there's an art to being able to chuck the spring forward like that. Now, keep in mind, too, like I said, this level was tough and the testers rated it tough. So the hardest trick to figure out category factors in when we're considering tech. I wouldn't even call it really a tech move. It's kind of just a trick of Mario to stand on the little pixel platform edge. But at a certain point, some levels do kind of count on racers, at least having some familiarity. There's only so far that you could break something down, right? I mean, Kaizo is intended to be tricky, so let's keep that in mind. B2. Yeah, it looks like we got most of our friends here getting to the Yoshi section. So what's up now? Get the Yoshi out of the block. It's being protected by a little turn block there. Get the Yoshi out. Yoshi's feet act like an instant spin jump, so you can spin jump on the blurp fish. I'm almost positive these little green fish are called blurps, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that's what's going on here. Thanks. Okay, so Orc actually, thanks for filling me in, because it's a little hard to see that just from looking at the level. But yeah, the water is a layer 2 that acts like buoyant water. That is what's going on here. That's pretty cool. That's why the platforms are floating, and that's why things kind of sink in the water a little bit, like the spring. Here goes Halcyon back for that double chuck gate obstacle. I like the double chuck gate. Oh, I know how you do that double chuck gate obstacle. I bet I know. I bet Halcyon knows too. Let's find out together. Very cool level. So yeah, as long as things are in the water, they're going to behave as though they are in the water. Except for Mario. Mario just always behaves as though there were no water. So it's kind of it's weird, you're right? It's a weird trick, but it's a good example of something cool to do with water. And I've really loved lately seeing makers be able to actually turn water into something interesting. We always used to complain, oh, water levels, too slow. And I think water levels have really, like, outgrown that, Being too slow and dumb was, like, the awkward, like, growing up high school phase of water levels. And now they've gotten pretty cool, Geez, after graduation, water levels got really cool, man. I don't know. Well, I'm still working at Hardee's. Hey, hold up. That was just an off-the-cuff joke. Fast food workers are very respectable. There is no unskilled labor. Just an off-the-cuff joke. That one just kind of threw that one out there. Nathan. Oof. Yeah, Baba made him hip. Yeah, water levels are hip again. It's hip to be water. But again, keep your eye on consistency. It's in a level like this, it's not necessarily the racer with a breakaway move. Right now, Halcyon, I think, in the lead because they have the most knowledge. They've seen the double chuck gate. They know how to get there. They just got to get through it. No one else, I don't think, has been to that point. But it is going to be consistency. Not Halcyon is in a good position, but not necessarily the strongest position when it comes to just pure consistency and just getting back to that part. Someone to watch on that front, Nathan MG, has actually really been impressing me in recent weeks with their really sharp consistency getting to and from these sections. And with the jumps being as tight, the black blocks will kill you, the munchers will kill you, obviously the pit kills you, the lava kills you, a lot of death around. So consistency just becomes that much more important. So yeah, no challengers past the double chuck gate yet, but this is a pretty interesting obstacle, and I'm gonna guess they have an idea about how to make this work. Remember, everything that's in the water acts like it's in water. You can really think of it like Mario's in a cave where the water is rising. It's just that Mario is magically immune to water. Wouldn't that be a weird thing, like IRL? You know what I mean? Like, I know we have like scuba diving and stuff, but like if you could just like magically just be immune to water, like it just didn't exist, you know? Like, that'd be really strange. B2, yo, get into the double chuck gate. But it is all about that double chuck floodgate right now. I like that. I like that. Okay, yo, Halcyon getting back there. Yeah, so this is the consistency. This is the consistency we're talking about. Oh, B2DE with the Cosmic Brain, and look how quickly the lead has changed. Right? Now it's consistency. Can B2 get back there with the consistency, or is Halcyon going to be able to capitalize on what they've already got? I don't know. There are some smart setups in this, and I think the testers did a really good job rating the braininess of this level the way that they did, because yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, clever. That's actually really clever. Yep. So I think y'all can tell what's going on here. I'm going to not say it out loud yet, just in case. In case, you know, we got some sneaky listeners in. I'm just fooling around. But yeah, it looks like B2 in the lead right now. Get your Fugu emotes in chat. Yeah, Halcyon. I see. Do you see what's going on? And I don't want to ever use a racer as like an example of something bad, but it's perfectly reasonable to assume that you would just run through the chuck gate. I mean, of course you do. So take a look. Yeah, Halcyon versus in the upper right versus B2 in the lower left right now. The battle of the chuck gate strats. The idea being that like I said, everything that's in water acts as though it were in water. That sounds a lot deeper. That's like r/I am 13, and this is very deep, you know? But so sprites having buoyancy, meaning they will float in the water a little bit. Water is often used at the top of a chuck gate to slow a single chuck gate down. But here's the thing, is the way these chucks are spaced, you can't cover that amount of horizontal distance in the duration that a chuck is up in the air. It just actually can't be done. Maybe Task could do it or preserve a frame rule or something. So what do? You got to slow the chucks down. I wonder if B2 has put that together. They did it on their first attempt, but now I see them rushing a bit. Chuck gate it is an ancient and versatile trick. And the interesting thing that I don't think gets pointed out enough is that in level 1 of Kaizo 1, Takamoto created the chuck gate, right? But then it also came with the anti-chuck gate, the upside down, where you run above the clapping chuck as it jumps up to hit you into the ceiling. And I just think it's interesting to me that we see way more run under the chuck gates than we do run over the chuck gate. But in reality, it's kind of the exact same thing, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I just think it's interesting. Like, one caught on and one didn't. Like VHS and Betamax or something, you know? Anti-chuck gate is like the Betamax of chuck gates. Yeah, geez, it is the chuck gate right now. Nathan, MG, another contender. Because run under is harder. You know what? Fair. You know what? That's obvious. I didn't even consider that, but yeah, that's super fair. Hey, B2, look out for the Fugu! No! Oh, they tried. They tried. I think B2 has managed to understand what is happening at that chuck gate. Check out the interplay of consistency, science to understand a part, and then knowledge about how you actually do that. Right? Any one of those three at the right moment is going to make or break it. Yo, general rating. Real quick. As rated by our testers, length of longest section 5 out of 10, complexity 6 out of 10, and hardest trick to execute 7 out of 10. Average out to be a 6, and this is definitely a 6 level. And yeah, I did notice that Stu not doing the wall thing. This is a tougher one, indeed. Indeed. Sometimes we have them easier, sometimes we have them a little tougher. You know, kind of got to hit up all the different skill sets. Some people want, you know, one or the other. Some people won't do it if it's too hard or too easy. And if it's hard all the time, then, you know, half the people don't get to have fun. No, there's something to be said for doing it the harder way. Yeah, B2, here we go. B2 DE in the keep your eye on the lower left-hand corner. B2 definitely understands what they want there. And that realization light bulb could make a huge difference in the race. I didn't realize that, Osu. Yeah, the creators intended the jump without the pixel strat. Yeah, but the point pixel strat was viable. Yeah. Halcyon, I think they've got it too. Okay, now Halcyon actually got to the double chuck gate sooner, but lagged a little bit trying to figure out what you do there. It's easy, right? It's easy to just it's easy for us to sit and look and say, oh, well, I see exactly what to do. But they're racing. They're in the moment. So, yeah, it is. It is Halcyon and B2 right now. Oh, no. Oh, Fugu. Fugu, come on. Jeez. Yo, B2. That Fugu movement is rough, actually. Fugu tries to track Mario's position and go to where you are. Here goes Nathan, MG in the upper left. They know what they're doing at the chuck gate, too. Halcyon's back. Check the upper right. Halcyon could get it. Watch for the Fugu. Nice jumps. Ooh. Jeez. Yeah, that is a difficult position for that Fugu. So, why does it not behave? The answer to that is kind of strange. Fugu tries to track Mario on the left and right. Tries to go to where you are, except there's like an amount of delay. So if you kind of confuse Fugu, sometimes he'll actually back up or move to the other side. It's strange. Honestly, the way to work with Fugu is just to very deliberately just stand in one spot, get the Fugu to come there, and try to not swivel around too much. At least that's what I go for, is just try to move carefully. Just be in A1 spot. Don't confuse the Fugu by being in a lot of different positions. Yeah, or a slow fishing boo. And it moves with the camera. Yeah, thank you, Darkenine. Good insights. So if the camera moves, it might move. Fugu is weird. It's weird to get a hold of, and this is a particularly placed Fugu to specifically bring out those things about it that are weird. The vertical column that you're rising up through is just a little bit too short. But B2, or too short horizontally. B2, yeah, see that nice, no, come on, B2, let's go. Oh yeah, B2 in the door. They are first to the checkpoint. See how they were just staying right in the center? Go back. You can go back and clip and watch that. See how B2's not swiveling around on the left and right? Here's Halcyon's try, but that Fugu had other ideas. Yep, and that's the good movement, right? They get that they don't confuse the Fugu by moving around a lot. You just want to kind of think of Fugu honestly like your very kindly elderly relative who like wants to listen to you and really likes you and wants to like listen to all your stories, but you have to talk kind of slowly and loudly so they hear you. Think of Fugu like that, and then think of your words like Mario's position. Here goes Halcyon. Look at that. See? Nice. No! They got that that wiggle though. You got to speak up. You got to speak up so Fugu can hear you. So just, deliberate movement. I guess that if you take away one thing about, learn Fugu, deliberate movement. But the story right now, B2 in the lower left, getting a lot of time to work on this section unopposed. They are the only one that gets this knowledge. And so now we're not doing a vertical rise. Everything that's in water still acts like water, except for Mario. And now we're going up the rocks. That's really cool. Yeah. Going up the rocks will be sinking. I like that jumping chuck out of the water. So consider this. All the sprites that are in the water will be moving more slowly than they would if they were in the air. So that makes a lot of these setups possible. Like the water is slowing down the chuck enough that it has time to do the little cat butt wiggle and then get ready to pounce. Do you think those chucks are like cats? I mean, they literally do. They kind of like do the little wiggle and then they pounce at you. I feel like that's cat. Cat chuck. Yo, B2. Nice read. Very good. So this is just like a bonanza, like multi-ball jackpot bonus for B2 right now. Just getting to rack up as much knowledge as they can that all the other racers are going to have to learn. And this is pretty big. The more distance they can get here, the better it will be. But it doesn't necessarily mean that their position is safe. Oof. Oh, geez. Oh, man. Yeah, B2 trying for the shell jump. They threw that at the normal shell jump angle, but since the shell is underwater, it's going to sink more slowly, so you actually have to compensate. Yeah, you basically want to choke up on the wall, be closer to the wall, and throw the shell a little bit later. Or maybe you could just be a little closer to the wall, but you have to compensate for the fact that the shell isn't going to sink as much as it would in the air. But look how quickly B2 picks that up, though. Right? 2 or 3 tries, and suddenly they've got that new shell jump angle. A seashell jump. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. That's really good adaptability, though. And I really want to highlight that about B2's run here and about all the racers is they're presented with something that is like an alternate version of something they know how to do. And within 2 or 3 deaths, they've learned it and compensated for that. That's the mark of an adaptable player. Uh-oh. Oh. I think B2 realized that, too. Looked like they had rope glitch there for a minute, but I'm sure there's a cancel for that somewhere in there. How are you all doing, chat? I hope you're all having a nice night. We got a little minute to talk while everybody works on the level. It's Saturday night. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for making Romhack Races a little part of your Saturday. Always really fun to do these. If you have any questions or anything about like the mechanics in the level or why something is happening or Kaizo Mario, please feel free to ask. Don't think, oh, it's a dumb question, blah, blah, blah. We are here to educate. If you want to learn about Kaizo, that's what we're all about. So please feel free to just shout it out. I can read chat. I can read, I know my A, B, Ds. What game is this? It's actually it's a mod of Doom, oddly enough. You'd be surprised what they can do with it. It's running on Unreal Engine. A B2DEs. A2 B2DE. A1. The base ROM, I believe, does disable rope glitch. Yes. All the Romhack race levels are made on a special base ROM that members of our community helped put together, namely Ampersand and friends. Is the whole meme about Morbius that you like? Because I haven't seen it, but like I feel like that's the point. Is like you don't see it and then you just talk about it. Yeah. Okay. Good. Because I'm not gonna see it. I want to help with the memes, but I'm not gonna look at it. Halcyon, what's up? Oh, and Stu's try. Halcyon though with the checkpoint. All right, now, yeah. So now it's B2 with more knowledge and a little bit more time, but Halcyon could quickly make that up with experience, or with one-shots, right? With one-shots. Halcyon needs to get through a couple of obstacles, maybe figure something out a little quicker, and they'll be right back in the same point as B2, and then it's anybody's game. That would be funny. Funny. Meanwhile, B2 working with this gray platform section. Nathan with a shot at the Fugu. A nice level. Want to give shout outs again, detdu and Kerr, our makers tonight. This is very chill, challenging, but I think in a cool way. It is a difficult channel, yeah, for that Fugu. They, again, just deliberate movements. Think of it like a slow fishing boo. That was Dark Knight had a good way to put it. And just don't move around a lot. If you want to control the Fugu and you want the Fugu to kind of just like work with you, just don't move around a lot. That's the thing to keep in mind. The more, and really that's true of also like Fishing Boo and Disco, but maybe a little bit less so because Fishing Boo and Disco move more quickly. So if they're out of position or they get a bad bump in their movement, it compensates more quickly. Whereas Fugu going really slow, if something happens, it's kind of like if you're playing guitar with like a delay pedal and you make a mistake and it's just like gark, 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 and it like you have to wait for that bad note to cycle out of the 50 loops that are in it. Kind of like that. Like if something goes wrong with Fugu, it's not going to compensate its position for a annoyingly long amount of time. So just don't move around a lot. Just stay in one spot, and that tends to make the Fugu happy. I really like that whole setup with the rope. The rope into the bop the shell, get the shell out of the box. Here goes Halcyon for that setup. Yeah, up the rocks, and then bop the shell out, grab it off the rope, and then shell jump up. That's very cool. It's a cool creative setup. So here we are. Yeah, once again, we have got pretty much a tie game here. Halcyon and B2, pretty much with the same amount of knowledge. B2 with a little bit more time, and that sometimes can translate into consistency and experience. We'll see. Yeah, midpoint reached for Halcyon, B2, and Germdove. Nathan MG in the upper left still working on section 1. But yeah, we got a three racer race here on the second section. So it's the pipe obstacle now. That seems to be where everybody's getting caught up a little bit. You know, 26 minutes in, and we've got some really good progress. This is a cool level. I really like this. B2 has figured something out. Yo, I'm gonna read out this this Dr. No announcement from all of us at Romhack Races, from Doc. I want to say thank you to Kerr, detdu, and the testers. This week was a rough one, and this level required many hands to make it both fair and tough. Massive, massive work by all parties went into making this one happen. We're really thankful for it. Really appreciate that. And I'm going to shout out the testers again while we're hanging out here. Ampersam, Darkenine, Osu, RB Pimlico, SJ and Charlie the Cat, and SQL Infection, as well as detdu and Kerr. Everybody put their efforts into helping this level come into existence. And now we all get to hang out and watch really good racers race really good levels. And if you got John Madden, then you're going to be saying the same thing a couple of times. Yo, Nathan MG, that is an interesting strat. That is a really interesting strat that only works underwater. I hope they get the checkpoint soon. Trying to stay impartial, but wowie. Looks like Halcyon is also getting past the section they need. And B2, yeah, opening up those on-off blocks. B2, yeah, into a new section pretty consistently. But watch for Nathan's strat in the upper left. When they get to the spring, they do an up throw. And that's really cool, actually. They do an up throw and they jump onto the spring. You can do like an up throw jump, but it's weird. But that works because it's underwater, so the spring rises more slowly than it would if it were on land. I really like that, actually. We could get like, dang, that's a neat trick. That's just a cool, the up throw to spring jump trick. I like that. That is real cool. B2. All right, B2, looking for some progress in the lower left. Watching out. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go. B2, DE. And is this a new section? Also noticed Stu was rocking the spring midair, the left-facing spring midair, which is also a cool way to tackle that part. And that's an H. Oh, no H. Excuse me. Excuse me. Not an H. Yeah, normally you go through a pipe transition like that, and it just kind of is a checkpoint, but not always. Not always. So still, B2 maintaining the lead and a strong position right now because Halcyon and Germdove have not been through that pipe yet. So there's knowledge, and now it comes down to consistency. Can B2 capitalize on the knowledge with consistency, or is someone else going to be able to get to it first? Used to be a that one used to be a fast pipe, but there were complications. Word. Oof, nice try. B2 coming in strong on their second run through that. They took one look at that and said, okay, I know what I'm doing. Halcyon in the upper right. Okay, yeah, Halcyon. Same options. I love those little pipe, zippy pipe avoidance. They go back and forth through the pipe to watch out for the rocks. Okay, and we're tied again. Yeah, it is Halcyon and B2 right now with this exact same amount of knowledge. Who can be consistent enough? Oh, geez, B2, wow. Okay, this is a read. All eyes on the lower left. Oh. Oh. This is going to come down to the wire. That is really cool. Now, remember, water slows down sprites, making that spring up throw a little bit easier. The spring midair a little easier, and a regular shell midair. Yep, this is really neat. I don't know if I've seen one of these before or like in recent memory. Yeah, it is so close right now. Halcyon and B2. B2 with a little bit more knowledge because they've seen the end. Oh, no. Okay. Testers. Big props to the testers. Here we go. B2 in the lower left. Another try. Getting into that up pipe. Here we go. B2, lower left. All right. Good try. Good try. Wow, check that out, though. Testers coming in clutch. Testers and makers. I don't know who caught that, but no soft block up in that little thing where you get the shell. That's good looking out. That's what you get from professionals. It is coming down to the wire right now. Look at this consistency, though. B2 back again, and if they get in this vertical pipe, they're going to be they're going to have a chance. Here we go. B2 DE. All right. So yeah, I think it is possible to rope glitch while you're in the water, but like once you move, yeah. So Germdove there in the lower right, Germdove is able to like hold on the rope as though they were rope glitching, but I think once you move your position at all, you'll just fall. I'm not sure why that's happening, but I think that's what is happening. We got Stu too in the upper left. Made it to the second checkpoint section. Could be a contender. We'll have to wait and see. B2. Jeez, man, I blinked. B2 DE, nicely done. Nicely done with the snazzy underwater midair. They held on to that lead, man. That was actually really cool to see, and that doesn't happen in a Romhack race as often as you might think, where the player who gets out ahead at the beginning manages to maintain that lead consistently without having to like come back or something. That was very good. Nicely done. 32 minutes for B2 DE. That was a very solid clear. We are going to hang out, though. Please, continue. Continue to chill with us. We're looking for the podium. We're looking to cheer on all the racers here. Romhack Races is really you versus the level, not necessarily, you know, competition, man. But we do like to cheer on the good plays. Halcyon setting up for their attempt. Let's go. Upper right-hand corner. Oh, classy. That was just classy. Nicely done, Halcyon. And that was so close, man. Less than like a minute. Less than a minute. I think that was a first try. Yep, they saw that left-right arrow indication, and they're like, done. Done. I like the water-assisted midair. I can't remember if I ever have seen one of those. I like that. Nice new midair variant. Good job, Kern detdu. Nice little new midair variant. Oh yeah, Hal put the doubters in shambles. Yeah. Nah, the left-right arrow, like you're running with P-Speed and you have a shell, and then you see that left-right arrow. That's an ancient indicator. We're using left-right arrow indicator for midair back in like Mario Maker 1 days. So yeah, if you see that indicator in particular, you know what you're about to do. That was a very readable obstacle, and Halcyon read it very well. Voting's still active. Stop. That's like if you could go back in time and bet on the ending to Who Shot Mr. Burns. There were really Vegas odds, and if you would have bet on Maggie, you would have won a lot of money. Well, thanks for making Romhack Races a part of your Saturday. This is a lot of fun. We really like doing these for everybody. I want to get some hype again. I mentioned it at the start, but notice the new follower emotes that we have, and check out the trailer for the upcoming SGDQ Romhack race. Some of the greatest players and the greatest makers in the whole wide world at the greatest video game charity speedrunning event ever, playing really cool levels. Oh boy, you're going to love them. And it's going to be a ton of fun. The RNG dinos, the double jump dinos, and RNG dolphins. I'm going to switch that up all the time on accident. If you haven't seen the trailer, too, please check that out. It is going to be a heck of a show. Heck, we also get a Celeste MC race and a Mario Maker race. So, like, GDQ hype, man. Yo, good job, B2. That was a solid win. Very, very solid. First place tonight. Unfortunately, I am not able to make it to GDQ this time around. I gotta have a GC7 summer of me. I gotta work on me, and I gotta stay here. I got stuff I need to do, so I will not be commentating for that. Nah, but you will be in capable hands. I know they have selected incredibly capable commentators, and it'll be a lot of fun. But I'll be cheering on everybody from home. Maybe next time. Well, for everybody that can't make it, you can still rep your favorite Romhack Races team or Romhack Races itself with our Romhack Races merch shop. That's shop.romhackraces.com, where all the proceeds we raise will be donated to Games Done Quick before the race. And you can get your favorite team shirt. You could get both of the team's shirts and like cut them in half and sew them together to make like a Frankenstein team shirt that has both the racers on it. That would actually be kind of a cool design. If we had a last-minute addition, one that was just like split down the middle, you could get some Romhack Races swag, and you could rep your very favorite Romhack Race community and make a donation to a good cause. Stickers and an amazing poster. Wow, I gotta order some gear. Can't miss out on these amazing bargains. But I know the whole team. Actually, although I will not be able to attend and do live stuff, I am privileged to be able to test, and I'm not going to say a word about it, except for that you're all going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be a good time. We got good makers making good stuff, playing good Kaizo games, and it's going to be a good time. That's all I'm at liberty to say. We got everybody on the screen right now on the second section. We got Stu in the upper left, Endless Ascent in the upper right, Endless Ascent, Pinball Wizard, Nathan MG in the lower left, and Germdove in the lower right. I like all the different approaches to the shell jump off the rope obstacle. Some throw it up, some do the rope glitch, position stall. Looks like Stu's trying to like up throw, kick it. It's a lot of different. I mean, you could get through in a variety of different ways. Personally, I tend to believe in like an Occam's razor of sorts for Kaizo obstacles. Where, I mean, this is personal, right? This is just me. I find that it works, but one's mileage may vary. Is that the overall goal, especially when you're doing very difficult stuff, right, in Kaizo, the overall goal being to decrease the number of inputs. Here goes Germdove in the lower right, looking for third place, almost in that up pipe. But, like, I've said it before, I'll say it again, like, inputs are points of failure, right? Whenever you press a button, you have a chance to mess up, right, and press the button wrong, or not at the right time, or hold it down too long, or not enough, or whatever. There's a lot of ways you can screw up, right? It's much safer to just not touch the controller and not press any buttons, and then there's less to mess up, right? So the game will force you to press a few buttons, right? Try to make that a limited number of buttons, right? Because the more, if you're adding an up throw or you're adding a drop or a spin or a left right into something, you're just giving yourself more potential things to screw up, right? Like you want to flip a coin, right? And you want to get heads X number of times, you want to get 5 heads or something, so like don't flip too many coins, right? It's that kind of idea. Like apply a reductionist mentality to your inputs so that you're only doing what you need to do. Fewer things to screw up. That's why I like Germdove's approach for the shell jump, because they just kind of hang out. They do that one shell jump, right? It reduces complexity. Now, granted, adding complexity adds swag, so there's an argument to be made that you should go for it all the time forever. I can relate. I understand that. Not even here to argue with that. I'm just talking about how to beat Kaizo levels. Germdove! Oh, nice try. Although it's perfectly reasonable, too, that it's possible to simply just get confused about what you actually want to do at all, right? And assume that the thing that you are doing with the extra complex inputs is just what you ought to do. So there's that going for you as well. So we're waiting for third place. Trying to get a shot at the up pipe. Oh, sorry, wait, Germ Dove. Oh, good thought, yeah. Germ Dove currently in the running right now. Farthest along, I think, for third. But yeah, looking for the up pipe that leads to the midair section. And notice too, you know, by reducing the number of inputs that you're doing for an obstacle and coming up with nice consistent cues and things, you're also just kind of establishing muscle memory faster. It's easier to get muscle memory for 2 movements than it is for 4 and a well-timed tap on the button or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, Germ Dove has got this section down. They know what they're doing. They are just trying to get the heck out of here, get in that up pipe after the Naked Koopa, and make it to the midair. Yeah, once again, if you're hanging out in chat, you want to try this one out for yourself, romhackraces.com. We have all the patches from all 193 levels that we've raced. They're all fun and good. Some are even more funner and more gooder, but they're all a certain baseline good. And if you want, check it out. Go to the website, play them for yourself. It can be nice to play 1 level and beat it and win instead of try a really tough hack, play 3 levels and quit and say, well, I'll come back when I'm better. Yo, look out, Stu with the pause buffer strat in the upper left. Chucks the shell too soon, though. Pause buffer, though, valid play. Take a look, see what's coming up. You're in a new area. We've seen it used to great success. Germ Dove, though, trying to cap this one off. Oh, nice. I saw that. Germ Dove kind of compensating their jumps a little bit, hesitating before the chuck to get through that. It is a battle of consistency right now. Germ Dove v Stu. Nathan trying for it. Endless Ascent also. Thinking about it. Tight up pipe there, Germ Dove. Germ Dove in the lower right. Hey! Up and over. No skepticism on that orb, though. Yeah, it could cost you some time. It's like not wearing your safety goggles. This time, though, no skepticism needed. Nathan MG going for the up pipe. Oof, nice try. Stu as well, same obstacle. And that's a GG for Germ Dove. Sub 45 minutes and a clean 3rd place. Nicely done. Nicely done. This was a level of consistency, man. This was a level where, I mean, B2 won with the good consistency. Germ Dove got that win with the good consistency. They had learned everything up until that point. That's a good way to work with levels like this that are just, they're a little bit tougher, they're a little bit more precise. You just get consistent to where, like, every time I run through this, I will get 1 try at the new part, right? And then you just, like, continually do that. It's tricky, right? You can't always pull that off, but ideally that's what you're going for. Every life makes it to the new part, and hopefully every life makes a little bit of progress. Stu in the upper left for the midair gets it. GG. An ending troll would have been a bold ask, yeah. Plus, what would you really troll them with that they'd have any ability to deal with, right? What, just make the orb run away or something? You know, make the floor fall out from under them? There's really not anything to do there. Right, we got Mangort in the upper left, 1st section. Endless Ascent in the upper right, 2nd section. Ender of Games in the lower right, 1st section. Nathan MG in the upper left, 2nd section. I'm sorry, lower left for Nathan. I don't know my cardinal directions, man. I don't know where I am. Final 4 tonight. It's a tough level. If you want to test your mettle with us anytime, any week, Romhack Races. You are welcome to sign up. These races are open to anybody who's interested, who cares to give it a shot. We're not trying to do a hyper-competitive, oh, you lost, you're a loser kind of thing. We're here for everybody. We're here to have some fun, test our skills, and learn a little bit about Kaizo, and have a good time while we're doing it. If that sounds like you and you'd like to be a part of it, romhackraces.com is the website. The sign-up sheet is there. That's really more so that like we know who to look for, right? You know, who is actually trying to be restreamed and do that and stuff. Use the layout. It's easy, super easy. Just slap the layout in. Makes it easy. You don't have to like resize streams or anything. But if anybody wants to play, or you just want to try the level for yourself, you don't have to race. Just go and play at any time. Give it a shot on the website. Nathan MG, that was a nice little midair there, pal. That was like a midair. Didn't really need much of the water assist. And then there were 3 Nathan MG good reads, and a sub hour on a 6 out of 10 level. Oh, yo, Mangord, no, I saw that. Germdub, thank you for the raid. Excellent clear tonight. Good third place. That was some consistent gameplay there, my friend. Also, too, you know, if you don't feel like racing Kaizo, you know, you just want to watch, gently tap the follow button. It's made out of porcelain. We just got it painted. We don't want to have to replace it again. Nosy kids have been smashing the follow button lately, and it's really been, you know, it's just been chaos around here. Give it a gentle poke, and come see us Saturday nights, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do these races every week. We got a new level every week, and it's always a good time. Thanks for the raid, Nathan. Sorry, I appreciate the follows we've got. That wasn't a joke on the follows. Thank you for the follows tonight. Feel free to smash the button. It's okay. They're actually just like replaceable. I have a whole box of them in the back, so smash them. It's okay. I just don't want to have to buy more. The supplier is kind of a jerk when I call him, and you know what I mean. It's just kind of a hassle. It was just kind of a hassle. Please smash the follow button all you want. I don't care. They're cheap. They'll send us more. We're sponsored by the follow button company. They replace them. It's fine. Plus, they're biodegradable, too. You can use them as mulch in your garden. so smash all the follow buttons you want. And thanks for doing it, man. It's really nice to do these for everybody. What's new in Kaizo this week? I don't even know. I'm trying to think. If you haven't played Raku Gaki Mario World and you like Luigi's Adventure, it's pretty good. I liked it. I'm still working with it, but I did like it. A couple new shell hacks came out this week over on SMW Central, the internet's #1 resource for Super Mario World hacking since 2005. That's smwcentral.net. It's smwcentral.net. Yo, yeah, first try water midair. GG, Nathan. That was a good looking midair. You know the input for it. Ender of Games almost up at that door. Mangor, nice try. Hey, don't forget to follow the racers. I'm sorry I'm telling you like all this stuff to do. You know, you don't have to listen to me. You can do whatever you want. But it might be fun to follow the racers. There are a lot of cool people playing Kaizo on Twitch. Not only on Twitch, but even YouTube and Facebook has their own Kaizo community. That's great. Wherever Kaizo games are found, you're likely to find cool, hip individuals who would love to grow their streams and get their names out there a little bit. There are a ton of really cool, smaller streams in Kaizo, and I would love to shine the light on folks like that. So go and follow the racers. Give them a follow. Tell them hi. Thank you, Darkenine. Oh my gosh, so kind. Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do for Romhack Races. Darkenine is a really kind person and has helped out so much with different Romhack Race events and testing levels and scouting for us and gifting some subs for everybody. Please feel free to spam some emotes in chat. We got fresh, nice Romhack Race emotes made by Skytree. They're super cool, and they combo with all of your other favorite streamers' emotes. Thank you so much, Darkenine. You're an indispensable part of the Romhack Races organization. Plus, just so y'all know, all the subs and bits and things go right back into the Romhack Races community. We use that for server costs, for commissioning artwork in our community, for doing, you know, community-related stuff. So, you know, no one's just like put that in their pocket or whatever. That's for the community. We use that as such. We got Mangor, we got Endless Ascent, we got Ender of Games. Second section from Mangor and Endless, or first section from Mangor and Endless. Oh my gosh, can I please talk? Mangor, Ender of Games. First section, Endless Ascent. Second section. Oh, Mangor, that was so close. Mangor with a shot at it. Ender of Games with a shot at it. Yeah, it is. It's a Fugu battle today to get out of this first section. I mean, again, with the Fugu, it's really, it's just about kind of controlling your movement and understanding that how the Fugu is going to compensate for what you've just done. You know, I try to describe Fugu and Fishing Boo. No, Ender, that was so close. Fugu and Fishing Boo in particular, as well as Disco, as you know, it is listening to you. It listens to you and it tries to do exactly what you say. It's like a very excitable dog. Like, Fugu says, "Oh, are you on the left side? I'm going to go to the left side." And then as soon as you're on the right side, it says, "Oh, you're on the right side now? I'm going to go to the right side too. I'm going to the right side." You know? So just try not to confuse them with too many directions. If you keep your positions and your movements chill, you don't change left or right side of the obstacle very often, and you just kind of keep your position chill, you will, you know, not confuse the Fishing Boo or Fugu a little bit, and it will move in a more stable way. Endless Ascent. Oh, good try though. Endless Ascent. Nope. I want to say that Fugu and Fishing Boo actually have like the same thing that they do when they track you. Fugu is just slower. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not Formula One. I got nothing. Endless Ascent. Oh, come on, Mangor. This is it. This is it. Yeah, they got it. Just by the edge of the Fugu. Mangor in there. Checkpoint. Oh, but yeah, again, if y'all have any questions or anything, or, you know, you just want to learn about Romhack races. Whoa. 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 I think that was me. I think that was me. I think that was me from another dimension. Yeah, that's it. But I'm sorry, what was I saying? I was definitely saying something. Anyhow, I hope you're doing well. If you want, if you want to learn a little bit more about Romhack races or whatever, please feel free to ask. Just an invite for everybody. If you want to learn a little bit more about, that was me. Just trying to fool you. Excuse me. Pardon. Ender of games, no. I'm not sure who's coming up next week, but I bet Doc might let me know. Ooh, ooh, that's gonna be exciting. Quiet Mason will be making the level next week. I'll jump in and help test with that one. Nice, that'll be fun. And oh, Endless Ascent, jeez, almost in there. I want to give try to highlight the accomplishments of friends in the community, and I'd like to give shout-outs to Endless Ascent for the big pinball scores they've been putting up. Little self, not really self-promotion, but at the risk of talking about myself, we're having a little pinball competition over on my community Discord, which ends at midnight Central Time tonight. So get your scores in if you want to try to win it. And Endless has been putting up some big scores lately. So a versatile player. It took me all week. I'm gonna say this at the risk of, you know, showing my hand a little bit behind the scenes. You know, it took me all week to beat a score that Dr. No just kind of, oh yeah, here I got a score. It's pretty good. And I was like, oh man. And it took me freaking all week to get that one time. And it's still my PB. We got great makers though. Yeah, coming up for June and July. Plus the GDQ Romhack race too. So there is going to be absolutely no shortage of excellent sight reading Romhack Kaizo competitions going on. Oh, yo, Endless Ascent. Upper right. Oh, no, they saw it, though. Okay, they get it. You know they get it. Water-assisted midair. Let's go. Mangor, too, making good progress here on the second section. Endless Ascent really did a good job adapting to that water shell jump angle. It's not the same as a normal one, but you just adapt and kind of change your angle a little bit. That's the cool thing about shell jumps. It's like a... I think most people learn either like I call it like the quarterback shell jump, or like the regular standing full jump shell jump, where you stand in front of the wall and just do a full jump and do the shell jump. Or like the quarterback, like you're throwing a touchdown for the end zone. I know it's weird to have a sports analogy coming from me, but like in the original Skyzo or something, you don't see those very much these days, where you like do a big jump and throw it and go like a half a screen before you actually contact it. Those used to be a little bit more in vogue. Here goes Endless. Nice try, nice try. But the cool thing about shell jumps is that once you master those two, you can add all sorts of like inflection onto it. You could like do a half jump shell jump, or you could do like a turn back kind of thing, or you could change your position and timing to do one underwater like this. The more basic ones you do, the more you start to be able to feel out the nuance involved. Yeah, so with the rope glitch going on here, rope glitch by default is patched out on the base ROM, but I guess like you can do it underwater as long as you don't move. Like you have rope glitched in just that one spot, and you can stay hanging on in that exact spot, but nothing else. Where normal rope glitch would allow you to climb around in the air. I'm not sure why that happens, but that is what's going on. Endless Ascent, yo, that consistency. You'd love to see it. Okay, trying some ideas there. This can be tough if you haven't worked with mid-airs. Even a water-assisted mid-air is going to be a little tricky and require a few tries just to get that left-right to happen at all. It's a very lenient timing for the underwater mid-air. It really just kind of helps the shell float right underneath you, but nonetheless. But yeah, Endless is going to get this because the consistency here, yeah, that's what you really, really want. Like I said, every attempt gets you a try at the new thing. The more lives that are spent actually learning, the stronger and faster you'll be able to play. Ender of Games here in the bottom, too. Working tough. They are getting through, and they definitely know what they're doing. Just got to get to that Fugu surf and make it out alive. Nice up pipe, Endless. This is classy. Yeah, I like this one tonight. Big shout outs to detdu and Kerr for making this one a collaborative jam. I mean, we have slots open. I don't know how soon they are. I think we have June and July, to the best of my knowledge, covered. But sign up for an advance is... Wow, August. Wow. Yeah, so June and July covered. So yeah, I mean, sign up in advance. Making levels in advance. Keep them secret. That's fine. But yeah, I think that's kind of cool actually. We got a pretty stacked couple of months coming up. And yeah, thanks for trying them again. Everybody can just play the levels just from the website, right? You don't actually have to race. I mean, racing is fun. If you want to, you can, of course. But if you just think this looks cool and just want to try it on your own time, feel free. They're on the website, and it's a lot of fun. The next available slot is Halloween. Ooh. I wonder if we could do something spooky. That's a long way away. I don't want it to be Halloween yet. And I like Halloween. I'm a fan of Halloween. I'm a Halloween enthusiast. And I don't it doesn't need to be Halloween yet. I think sometimes people just pause or, take a little break, rest your hands, pause buffer when you get into a new area to look at what's coming up. Oh, didn't you hear? Christmas was canceled. It was replaced with Halloween 2. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was replaced with Halloween 3. Thanksgiving was canceled for Halloween 2. Da, 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 da. Oh, endless. What a mean fugu. Did someone reserve week 420? That's funny. And, I'll tell you what, we are inching closer and closer to week 200. And week 200 will be a pretty big milestone for us. I mean, 193 weeks of Romhack races is a lot. A lot of history and a lot of material, a lot of growth as a community. A lot of great races and a lot of great memories. But I'm not gonna say what. I can't say what. A wizard put a spell on me. Endless. Oh, good try. I can't say what, but I can say when. Ender of games. Nicely done. Nicely done. And we got all three on the second section. Let's go. I can't say what, but I can say when. When? Week 200. What? A special celebration. I will leave it at that. But you should all mark your calendars. Look forward to it. We got a lot of other fun things happening between now and then. But mark your calendars and look forward to Romhack Races Week 200. We're having a special birthday bash. I, for one, privileged to have shared 200 weeks of exciting Romhack action with everybody. I'm also super, super proud of our team and community. I see it in Romhack races every week, and I also see it in the GDQ preparations that we've done not only this year, but throughout the years. We have a really well-oiled team, well-oiled machine, and I'm really, really proud of the work that we do. I think y'all are really, really great viewers, friends, people that watch, people that help out. Like, we all contribute something good and something that's ours. Just proud of everybody. Thank you. Thanks for being a part of my life. Oh, y'all doing okay? Staying comfy? Staying warm? I hope so. Hope the answer is yes. Oh, yeah, no. I don't know if that's what folks were thinking or not, but no. We've never had a 10. There has not been a 10 out of 10 Romhack race level, and that's okay. That's all right. I think, honestly, my opinion is that if we were to have a level... I mean, in the past, we have had, I think, 9s. We've had 9s, 8s, or 9s. But I really feel like if we were to ever have, like, a 10 or something... I think the play would be to have it as a special edition Romhack race. Yeah, it would need a race format intentionally made for it. We would have to have a special event. I think that would be like this is a super hard level. The first clear will take an hour or two. It is like expert Kaizo expert stuff. I think I have always thought that it would be cool to try something like that, and I think there would be racers who would be up for it, especially if they knew ahead of time. But for the regular week races, we want to have at least some amount of broad playability for the levels. We have had levels that technically are like a low number because they're standard and rated on a different scale. It could start earlier in the day too, yeah. It could definitely be a thing. Getting time zones for everybody is a little bit of a trick no matter what you want to do. But, yeah, that would, I think it would be cool. I think it would be cool, and I think racers would not only be down to try it, but I think they would be able to beat it too. But it would just have to be executed a little bit differently than a Saturday race. There have been super tough Kaizo level tournaments. They did that back in Mario Maker, and I've seen some other Mario Maker stuff recently that's kind of in that same vein. The Kaizo Wars, old tournaments, were like hard levels. I mean, for the time, right? It was 2015, 2016, 17-ish. So, the skill set was a little different. Here goes Mangort for the midair. Gets it! Yo! Let's go! Nicely done. Mangort sneaking out ahead of the pack here. They got to the second checkpoint a little bit later, but they wrapped it up in no time. Oh, good emote. TJB, we need that. Yeah, get that midair. Those midair emotes in chat. Love it. Nice job, Mangort. That was well played. I'm proud of everybody that comes out for Romhack races. Y'all are brave. I see people trying their best, even if the level is tough or sinister or whatever. I appreciate that too. I want to tell you all kind things about yourselves if I can, while I have the microphone for a minute. I appreciate being able to do this at all and having people who are down to listen to my silly jazz. Thank you for that. It goes a lot farther for me in my life than you might realize. And I hope I can make you smile along the way. We got Ender of Games versus Endless Ascent. The final two on the final section. Wow, this was a tough level, and I was starting to think like, oh, I don't know, it might be kind of a long, not everybody might get through in 2 hours or whatever. People are rocking out, doing great, everybody. Oh, I don't know. I sometimes there's only so much play-by-play I can give on exactly the same obstacles. But say if y'all have any questions or if you got here late, if you want to check the leaderboard, exclamation leaderboard's the command for you. Just if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to ask. But I just hope you're all doing really well. It's fun to do these. What else can I say? Happy spring, summer to everybody. It's really nice. It's getting warmer out. I hope it is getting warm where you're at. Got to go for a nice walk in the woods today. It's nice. Endless Ascent, here we go. Nice try. I think they need to wait a little bit. They need to do that left-right higher in their jump. I think they're a little bit too hasty. They're trying to jump up in the air and immediately left-right. You have to jump up and kind of float for a second. You're trying to put that left-right just at the peak of your jump. We haven't really talked a lot about mid-airs tonight, but it's a good trick. For those that don't, I guess I'll give you a little breakdown. For those that don't know, and I'm assuming most of you do, this is for the benefit of those who might not have heard it. A mid-air. Why does that work? When Mario throws a shell, the shell is what you would call active. There's inactive, where it's not moving. It's active, where it is moving. An active shell is moving along the ground, and you can get a bounce off of it, right? And that's the same way a shell jump works. You're throwing the shell forward, it bounces off the wall, it's active, so you bounce on it in midair. It says, oh, you just jumped on a shell, so you go up in the air, right? Everybody kind of gets that, right? Okay, so when Mario is holding an object, normally it's a two-dimensional game, so you're facing either left or right, right? Mario's either holding the object to the left or he's holding it to the right. That's how we all understand this. However, there is a small amount of time, and you could actually see it if you were to pause the game. If Mario holds an object and you turn, in order to look three-dimensional and in order to make the movement look clean, Mario turns, and for a brief moment while he is facing the camera, Mario is actually holding the object in front of himself, right? Because we're the camera, and he turns, and so that makes the movement look clean, right? You with me so far? Okay, so by abusing that property, you can throw a shell in such a way that you have thrown it underneath your own feet. Because by abusing the fact that Mario is holding the shell right in front of his own hitbox, and by releasing the shell and turning in just the right way, there's more to it, but this is the layman's version. And by turning in just the right way, right, here goes Endless for the attempt. Yeah, they were a little soon on that, a little early. But by throwing it at just the right time in the right way, and by abusing that overlap, what you're essentially doing is just throwing an active shell directly into Mario's feet. And so Mario contacts the shell, you get a bounce off of it, and then you go. Yeah, it's essentially that is what's going on. You're abusing that overlap and positioning to make the shell always stay underneath you so that you'll get a jump off of it. And the water tile changes the timing a little bit. There's different variations, there's different drops and things you can do, but that is essentially the point. You're getting a shell active without a wall in midair and then putting it underneath your feet. There's other ways to get that done, but your standard left-right midair is abusing the overlap in order to throw a shell under your feet. And there's more. We can get into, like, there's a certain amount of frames that you have to hold left and a certain time that you have to let go of the button and a short repress. Like, there's I'm making it sound easier than it is, but for those that don't want to actually learn the trick but just want to know what's going on, that's what's going on. The reason it's so precise and difficult is you need P-Speed. You don't really need P-Speed, but let's just pretend that that's true. You need P-Speed. First you got to get P-Speed, and then you have to do it at a very precise moment. Right as you're about to crest over the jump, but you haven't got to the top yet. Your left input needs to be super fast, the right needs to be super fast, and the release of the shell also has to be perfect. So there's 3 to 4 factors that all have to be exactly correct in order for that to work. Because if you screw up, the game is trying to be easy for casual players, so it won't actually be under your feet. You'll just throw the shell into the air and nothing will happen. You won't get a bounce and the shell just goes into the air, or you might get killed by the shell in midair because you didn't throw it into your feet, you basically threw it into your face. So you have to be careful about that too. I think it's a 2-frame left input and a one frame unpress. I think. You know who would know the exact frame details is our pal TJB. I'm a little hazy on the exact amount of frame details. Would that be the rated 7 move? I'm not sure actually. Yeah, but this one is not that tight because of the water. So what is the water doing here? What I've just described is the way to do a midair out of the air, where the shell is going to be moving at normal speed. What happens here is that the water slows the shell down. It's the same reason why Sheffy World midairs are easier, is because when the shell is moving more slowly, it's easier to get it underneath your feet. You have more time to do that, right? There's a larger amount of space where you can be above the shell at all. And so that's what the water's doing. It's taking it, honestly, imagine trying to like dunk a basketball on land versus dunk a basketball underwater. It's like that, right? You just have more time to just go and get in there. Aw, I have been joined by my co-commentator, Mallow the cat. He is a good cat, and I want you all to appreciate just how good he is. Hi, Mallow the cat. My guy. For a no P-speed midair, TJB. For a no P-speed midair, it's a 2-frame left press, a 2-frame Y release, and a frame perfect timing on the right. Okay. P-speed is more lenient, yeah. So press left for 2 frames, press right for 2 frames. No, press left for 2 frames, release Y for no more than 2 frames, and press right on exactly the same, on the right frame. So you honestly, you could kind of think of it as 3 frame perfect things that go together. It's not frame perfect, but for all intents and purposes, it might as well be. The reason Endless isn't getting them right now is because Endless is doing it too soon. Endless is doing the left-right too soon, and so Mario is still rising in the jump, and then the shell just goes away. You want Mario to be at the top of the jump, so there's like nowhere else to go. Does that make sense? Like, if you're already at the top of the jump and you're falling down, then the shell's gonna wind up above you. If you're just about to get to the top of the jump, then where you throw the shell and where your feet wind up is just about the right space, right? Because you can't go any higher than the very top of your jump. So by placing it right before that, you're helping yourself get it underneath your feet. That's part of the midair. What TJB described is the inputs required to do the midair if you are at the right moment in your jump. But you have to do that and then also be at the right position, which is just about like a eighth of a block above the top of the jump. It's tough to describe, but it's like an eighth or a quarter block above the top of your peak, which is a tough moment. So everything TJB said has to be crammed into a moment that lasts 10 frames or something. You know what I mean? Like you have like an X amount of frame window where you're there, and then in that time you have to do the 2 frame, the other 2 frame, and a frame perfect right. So there's at least like 5 frames out of so many where you could get it. I am not able to hook up my camera right now. Endless Ascent, just kind of thinking about this. Thinking about life. Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe waiting for the chuck to wrap back around, yeah. I would just like you all to know that Mallow the cat is having a great day and wants all my attention because he's such a good boy. Just want you to know, my cat is a good boy. He's handsome and polite. He's never rude. Yes, please post your favorite cat emotes. Or dogs, or pets, or whoever you like. I like animals. They're nice. Gentle. Oh, I think Ender is trying to clip enter the pipe, but that isn't going to work because clipping is disabled on Romhack Race Base ROM. In theory, you could enter a pipe that way. If you ever take a look at Ender's screen, see how that pipe is flush against the wall like that? If you ever see a pipe like that, and you know that clipping is not patched in the ROM that you're using, you could, in theory, enter a pipe that way. Some hacks have required it, even for like a trick puzzle thing. But the wall clip is just you are standing on the wall, right? That's what the game is understanding. Is for a brief moment, for a frame, you are standing, and if you are standing, you can enter a door or a pipe. So. Has Mallow made an appearance in Discord images yet? Which Discord? If you're talking about mine, then yes, of course. Oh, yeah, that's true. It might not work for the GHB scrolling pipes. Romhack Race? No. No, not yet. He's a good guy. Yeah, that is wonderful. The GHB fast pipes are standard in the Romhack Race Base ROM. That is just a wonderful thing, honestly. Really, we really appreciate that. Big shout-outs to Ampersam for helping out with the base ROM. We really appreciate that. If you are interested in making, not for even if you just are interested in making Kaizo in general, we do. We have the Romhack Race Base ROM. Use it, love it. It's on our website. It's on GitHub. It just kind of gives you a canvas. Just a bunch of quality of life patches all ready to go. Zippy pipes, cool custom graphics and things to use. It just saves you a little bit of time patching all that and setting it up for yourself. Just, if you want to just make something, anything, doesn't have to be for a race. Just that's for the community to use in their own projects. If you want to, there it is. Highly recommend it. So Ender of Ascents here, trying to make it to the end. Mid-airs are tricky. So we usually schedule about 2 hours for these broadcasts, so if you just want to chill with us, thank you. We appreciate it. How's your day going? Do love snacks. Mmm. Endless. Let's go. Let's go. Ah. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, I didn't even realize this was going on, but now now the results are out. 72-hour QLDC results are out now. Bebin Leg, Furpy, and Borgy Man with the top 3, which is really cool. Some great names and a whole bunch of cool people getting trophies. If you want to see the results, 72-hour QLDC. It's over there on SMW Central. Plus, I've heard rumblings of other LDCs, you know, that might be coming out. I love how SMW Central's always got those good level design contests, man. It's always fun. That does sound like a rough day. Nom. Good thing we have cats to relax with. Need those cats. I was out of the house all day, so Mallow is like, you are paying attention to me now. Oh, Endless, that was close. Low LD CDC. Level design contest. Love the consistency from Endless. They just are farming attempts at that midair. It's what you like to see. Rough on a tough trick, but it's good consistency. They've got everything but the midair. Yeah, for a 6 or 7 out of 10 level tonight, we really got a lot of people through. Oh, did we lose Endless? They might have froze on my end. Or maybe they froze for everybody. Oh no, what happened? How will we know? Turns out Kaizo was a sled. And that is true. If you don't know basic midair input, it can be tough to figure it out in the moment. I hope you're all doing well tonight. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I ran out of jokes. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Man, I'm just sitting here giving my cat a hug, and he's just the happiest guy. I just want y'all to know. I'm sorry you can't see him right now. I wish you could. But I just want you to know he's just the happiest orange guy. He's just loving life. We were out of the house all day, so he's just like, you owe me. He kind of gets like that. Like, what do you mean? You did your own thing all day. Now it's time to hang out with me. Like, what do you mean you come home and don't hang out with the cat? Those cats, though. And dogs, too. Oh, man, I got to hang out with some dogs today, some friend dogs. And it was kind of a bummer. I was visiting my buddy's place, and it's kind of a bummer. Our band, we had years ago, some of you may remember, we had a van, like a big tour van. It was super old. It was from the 90s. It had like a CRT inside for the kids on vacation. And it was like our van, man. It was like our band van. And we toured a lot in it, and we went around a lot in it. Well, it's finally going to the scrapyard. So we had like a little farewell for the van. It's kind of a bummer, man. We had some good adventures in that van. Lots of miles covered. Now it's no more. Sorry about the cat allergy. That is unfair. That is unfair. Because they are nice, let me tell you. Yo, Ender with some progress, I think. Nicely done. Man, such consistency. Endless ascent. There's such consistency. Mid-airs are tough. You know, like, man, they're so consistent at everything else. They get there, like, almost every time. It can be rough to be dying because of one exact trick, you know? I get that. It's a relatable feeling. It's like, I'm doing everything right except for this one thing. Oof. Spin. Yeah, that is true when it's at the end of a long section. Well, you know, we can't say that the racers were not told that this was a tough level. We try to at least manage expectations a little bit like that, you know? Let people know ahead of time, hey, this is what you're getting into. This is what it's going to be this week. All right, endless ascent. It's going to be one of these times. Yeah, yo, these are always a group effort. We really, really appreciate it. Big shout outs to Kerr, detdu, the makers tonight. Thank you for this. As well as Testers, Ampersand, Dark and Ino, Super Mario Cartman, RB Pimlico, SJ Charlie the Cat, and SQL Infection. Y'all hear my silly voice talking to you, but Romhack Races is a group effort with a lot of people that volunteer their time to help this all come together, and it is some of the best in the business, if I do say so myself. Ender of Games, yo, they are getting to this midair. Nice. Close, anyway. We got 15. We usually run these races for about 2 hours. Saturday night starting at 8. So, we got time. Don't give up yet. I like how a lot of racers have gravitated towards using the rope glitch freeze trick to get themselves through that shell jump. They all sort of just like went for that and kind of figured it out. That one looked good. Endless almost had it on that one. Yeah, the fast pipe transition was the slow pipe transition was originally a fast pipe, but the testers found it messed with the setup, which is why. Normally, see, it's kind of interesting because how Kaizo, the perception of levels has changed. Nowadays, we would assume that any slow pipe transition that takes you to another screen, 9 times out of 10, most players nowadays would assume that that is a checkpoint. That just, okay, automatic checkpoint, I got to the new area, it will be a checkpoint. However, that's not vanilla behavior. That's actually not vanilla behavior at all. In old school Kaizo, you could only have the checkpoint on the main screen. And so in old school Kaizo, you would actually assume the exact opposite. You would assume that once you got to a new section, you wouldn't have a checkpoint at all until you got out of that section again. Kaizo 1 did that a lot. Breakfast Kaizo 1 had that same sort of thing. Older hacks, maybe even, I can't recall, maybe Dram World had that. But yeah, that's, I don't know, I think it's interesting how Kaizo evolved that way. Yeah, Steph Ness, that Dark9 has the right answer. And also, I think it's worth adding that fast pipes are not in the vanilla game. They were never in the vanilla game. It's just something that we came up with or appropriated from other Mario games. I think fast pipes are in other Mario games, but not in Mario World. And Mario World, the only kind of pipe is one that like blacks the screen out and takes you to a whole new area. Now that could be a new area in the same level that you're in. Like, let's say you start out on the overworld and you go to a pipe and then you just go to a new area, like in that same overworld, or it could take you to a whole new level. Actually, pipes can kind of take you anywhere you want, really. You know, I think you're right, Pat. I think it did. The fast pipes started in Mario 3. You'll remember them from World 7, Pipe World. Like doing the SMB3 wrong warp, how it uses those vertical fast pipes. I think that is, yeah. I think that's the first appearance of fast pipes. They weren't in Mario World, but then we hacked them in, and now they're a very common thing. Personally, though, I really like Borky-Man's clear fast pipes. They just look neat. It's funny to watch Mario teleporting through them. Because that's something interesting. If you didn't know, like, Mario is just still in the pipe, like back there. He just like stands still and just goes burp and just like whooshes through the pipe. It's just kind of funny to see. I believe you're right, Doc. I think these pipes are older than Mario Maker. Because this was something that was useful in standard hacks as well. You know, certain things didn't show up until recently because only Kaizo players ever cared about them. But stuff that's been around in standard hacks has been around for a while. Oh, is that the case, TJB? The original SMW fast pipes were made by Fusoya. Wow. Well, let's all play Super Demo World. Can we play Super Demo World? I guess. I'm not against it. It's not awesome, I'll tell you that. It's not awesome, but it's alright. It might be kind of weird to go back and look. I can't remember the last time I even played that. I know I have played that before, but I don't even remember when. Whoa, Fusoya's SMB3 screen scrolling pipes submitted 2012. Wow, that's pretty cool. That predates Mario Maker by a mile. I do kind of have a hunch that Nintendo did like borrow hack stuff to put in Mario Maker. It just feels a little on the nose for some stuff that got added, you know? They're never going to cop to it, but it just feels a little bit right on the nose. You know, it's not out of the question. It's not, right? But what's funny is it's like it didn't even defeat hacks. We were all just like, it's honestly like the community like didn't even care. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, whoa, on off blocks, let's go. Like it didn't defeat Kaizo, it just made us stronger. It's like trying to attack the ocean with a specific type of water. Like Reggie is secretly a non? My word. My word. That's almost as compelling as we've all heard the Takamoto is Miyamoto. I don't believe it, but we've all heard it. Wow, 2006, far out. Man, I'm rooting for Endless. I'm rooting for Ender too, but Endless earned it, man. They've been to that midair so many times. It is impressive consistency. That's what I mean. They earn it with their impressive consistency. It's just the midair. They've got literally everything else down to a science. Just the midair. Ender of Games getting their shot at it. First time. Man, they have got this down to just a science, dude. They're trying so tough. I don't know if they've done mid-airs or are familiar with mid-airs. If you haven't, like, if you have not done a mid-air, even the water-assisted mid-air is going to be kind of tricky. That one actually was, yeah, that was very close. And that's the thing about this mid-air in particular is it doesn't even have to be good. It just has to be good enough. Thing, honestly, they're not as sinister as one might imagine. Like, the thing about a mid-air is there's no, which I kind of like, right? It's like there's no trick to it. It just is what it is. And another thing about mid-airs too, I feel, is that if you get a good physical technique, it becomes one of those things like the hand is quicker than the eye. In that, if you practice and practice, and I've spent some time with like the physical technique for mid-airs, and that's what I'm trying to work on, is like, if you practice that enough and make that, you know that your physical technique, how you interact with the buttons, you know that that's going to work, you've seen that to work, and you just kind of practice with that a lot, like, eventually it becomes easier, right? Because you just do it. You just get to that point and do the automatic thing that you've taught yourself how to do. So I think it's like mid-airs are a lot of work up front to just get yourself to the point where you've failed at it, right? Enough to be like, okay, do it at this point in the jump and not that point. And, you know, you've like understood it enough. Yeah, it's all the work up front. That's my only point. It's really, 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 really tough. And then eventually you can have that moment of crystallization someday. I don't know when, but someday. I mean, I was okay at them until I sat down and went to the lab, and I wasn't even streaming some night, and I just sat there and like practiced for like an hour or so for a couple of nights, and I finally got a decent technique. And I'm still not, you know, like TJB, Mark Alarm even just has like killer technique for it. You know, the thing is, Germdove, it turns out, at least for me, that my technique for Mario Maker 1 mid-airs does work for Mario World mid-airs. It's just you have to appropriate it. So my advice might be try to figure out how to jam your Mario Maker 1 technique into Mario World. It doesn't not work. For a long time I thought it will never work, but it does actually. At least that was a revelation that I managed to have. Sheffy 2 is a little bit easier, but yeah, it's one of those. I mean, I'm not here to be like, oh, it's actually easy and you just have to do it. They're very difficult. What I'm saying is that, like, as I'm sure you all know, like, this isn't new information. I don't think I'm schooling you or anything, but like, you know, they're super difficult. And then at some point you can be like, okay, I know how to do this. I just have to do it. My friends, we schedule 2 hours for these broadcasts. I know we got some racers going, but that's a perfect time to raid. We're going to go here at the top of the 2 hour mark. We're going to raid Endless Ascent. We're going to cheer them on. Go and follow the racers. Give them some follows. They are really kind. There's a ton of great people in the community who would love to see some friends stop by. Say, hey, I saw you on Romhack Races. You did well. Like, that can make somebody's day. Be a pal. Take an opportunity to tell your friends that they matter to you. That is important. You're going to want that, I promise. We're going to raid Endless here in a sec, but thank you all for watching so much. We're going to be back next week, 8 o'clock Eastern, with another level, another sight read race from Quiet Mason. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope to see you there. RomhackRaces.com is the website. Jump on our Discord if you want. Grab the patch. Play the levels. Have some fun. And come back again next week if you want to race with us or just watch and hang out. Thanks for making Romhack Races a little part of your Saturday night. We really, really appreciate it. And hey, you matter. Thoughts matter. Your heart matters. Feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's #1 longboy furret. The people that matter to you in your lives, you should let them know about that while you can. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled lives matter, you too. I hope to see you all again next week. For my friends, community friends, I've kind of been dealing with a weekend. I will see you all again tomorrow night for some Raku, Gawky, Mario World, or whatever we got. Until then, keep it real. Thank you for being a part of this. You're very kind people. It's an honor to do this for you. I hope you have a really good rest of your weekend. Peace.